Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, pinion angle. What we're going to do is check the pinion angle, and if it's off, we're going to adjust it. And if it's not off, we're going to leave it alone, but I'll tell you how to adjust it. What we have here is a 4th gen Camaro. It's actually a 1995, and what we're going to do is check the pinion angle and show you how you make adjustments on it and how to check it and all that other good stuff. So anyway, on my car here, it's kind of different on how other 4th gens are set up. What you probably don't see on the back, you don't see a sway bar in the back here at all, nor do you have any other type of sway bar stuff. And the reason being is the type of suspension we're running on this. And what we're running, I don't know if you can see that or not, we have a bar that's tied to the top of the axle, okay, and it's tied back into this lower control arm. In all intents and purposes, it's almost like a 4-link type setup, okay? It lets us have the ability to throw preload on the car so we can get the car to leave level and straight going down the track. That's why you don't see any rear sway bar and all that stuff. I have been running this type of setup for quite some time. If you want to Google it, look for what they call Pete Z-bars. This is kind of a replica of that. My good friend Ed Wright, he led me on to this type of setup, what they run on stalkers and stuff like this, and I have been running this ever since. I've been running this thing for 10+ years now with this type of setup. So it does make the car leave very, very straight. Okay, reposition the light so it's not directly in my eyes. But anyway, what we run on here is a BMR torque arm on it. It's tied back here in the transmission like the other torque arms. But what's unique about the BMRs is you have adjustable nut, if you will, or bar that lets you take this bar and adjust it up and down, and that's how we can set the pinion angle, just by making a simple adjustment on this. Okay, on this type of BMR, it's actually tied up on its own mount. Some of the BMRs actually ties back to the transmission. In fact, the stock ones actually ties it back to the transmission. This does not. It actually gets tied to its own mount. It has its own adjustable, so we can adjust the instant center of gravity, so you can make it move further up, further down. Okay, and yeah, that's how basically we have the suspensions. On the back, basically we have coilovers. They're Vikings on the back, so you don't see any other springs. For part of our aware of that, we have QA ones on the front. Okay, in order to adjust the pinion angle, for one, the car's gonna have to be sitting on the ground. Okay. What we'll do, we'll set up you can use your phone up here, or I have electric angle finder, or it has a magnetic base. You can tie to that, and that'll show you what your angle is. You have to get a center line from here to the back of the transmission, and the best center line is actually on the front of the crank, so we know it goes all the way straight through. Then what we'll do, after we get the angle here, we'll put the angle finder back here on this base here and get its number. And what we're looking for is about 2 degrees. If it was a different type of suspension or shocks, or bushings, if they're solid, you can probably do like a -1. These are polyurethane bushings. They're fairly good, rigid. So we'll go with a -2 to -3. But yeah, no, that's what we're gonna do to check it out and try to get it close to set to it. I know going down the track right now, it's not doing any vibration. So, and I always say a rule of thumb is, if it's not vibrating, chances are the pinion angle set pretty good. But I just want to check just to make sure and go from there. So here we go. Okay, what we're going to do is get a front measurement on the front. Okay, I got my phone. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's showing right at 0 degrees. So let's go measure back and see where it's at. As you can tell, we got the car sitting down. The front tires are touching. The rear tires are actually sitting on a pair of jack stands, but this is going to simulate the car sitting on the ground. Like I said, it does not matter if the car is sitting level. Let me repeat that again. It does not matter if the whole car is sitting level. It's the difference between the front of the car and the rear end. So regardless what angle it is, we're still going to have that difference. So let's go underneath and get that number. Get my phone, put it right here in the base of the plate. We're sitting at 3 degrees. Okay, so it's 3 degrees down Okay, so if you can put it that way, you can see this rear end is actually pointed about 3 degrees down. Okay, and the front's sitting at 0, which means the pinion is actually down 3 degrees this way. Then at launch, it's going to drive up and it'll come back to 0. So as far as I'm concerned, I think we're really good on the pinion alignment. Now if the rear end was up, say 3 degrees, we're going to have to drive it down. Okay, so, or if it's down too far, we're going to have to make it go up. So I'm looking at 2 to 3 degrees between the front difference of the front and the back of the car. So that's why it doesn't really matter if the car is sitting level or not. We're just getting the difference of the angles between the front and the rear. So we're at 3 degrees. I think we're good. Like I said, the car was not vibrating at all going down the track, so I think we are good on the pinion. Now if we did have to make an adjustment, we'll adjust here, take these jam nuts off, go up or down, depends where you want the pinion needs to go up or down. We'll just make adjustment right here. So anyway, I think we're good now. So well, hope you got something out about that video. It's just a quick short video how to check your pinion angle on these 4th gen Camaros, especially ones with the torque arms and stuff like that. For people that have just a stock torque arm, there's not much adjustment you can really do to get the pinion angle. So but where those adjustable torque arms kind of comes into play is people's lowering the car or something like that, and you get that pinion angle back to where it needs to be at. So anyway, with that, if you got any questions, leave it down in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer them. With that, please hit the subscribe button, share it, do whatever you need to do, and until the next time, thank you.